So there was an helicopter crash in Ghana. If you heard of it, did you hear about the news? There was a crash, a helicopter in Ghana that crashed, and unfortunately took with it several lives. These are family members, parents, cousins, brothers, important people in society. May peace be with them. First of all, it is very painful. These are the type of things you don't necessarily see in Africa. Okay, helicopter crash, and we hear these stories. I mean, we heard it. Not to say that it's acceptable when it's somewhere else. I'm just saying it's not something that usually happens in Africa. Do you know of the story? There was a crash in South America. The airplane crashed and many people were unalive. And after investigating, they found out that the majority of people in that plane were medical doctors, researchers that were confirming a theory that say there was a manipulation around cancer. Okay? These people had a treatment about that works. I'm trying not to say things that would get me in trouble. And these people that could provide that stuff were all in the airplane. The finances, the minds, the brains, the engineers, all of them, they were all alive in that crash. And let's just say that it happened by mistake. What do you think about that? So again, we are in Ghana. Here's Ghana. Beautiful place, lovely people. Very interesting place. I spent time in Ghana. I can tell you, there aren't many African countries where I felt at home. Never felt like a foreigner. Nobody has ever asked me, where you from? I actually remember somebody speaking to me, in local language, "Me Pacho, good afternoon." I'm like, huh? So he goes, "But you are Ghanaian." I'm like, "No." I say, "Ha, you are Ghanaian. Why are you lying?" "Yeah, I'm telling you, like, there's no trauma. I think some of the countries where people reject other people for no evident reason, it's usually trauma from something, whether it's visible or non-visible. If you look at the story, the issue of the country, you see drama, killings, wars. It's usually that. And I believe Ghana never really had anything of that sort. Like killing people, wars, coup d'etats. I believe one happened, but long time. Nothing dramatic. So Ghanaians are naturally happy people. They don't have Boko Haram over there. So there's no worry that somebody's going to take your child, go turn them into child prostitute. They're cool. Anyway, now we were talking about Ghana. There are many people that were unalive in this plane crash. Okay, but we're going to focus on 3 here, right? If we have time. Number 1, Edward Oman Boma. Okay, this guy is a defense minister who was in that plane. Okay, defense minister is also a medical doctor. He had previously served as a communication minister. So number 1, he's a defense minister, he is a medical doctor, and in the past served as a communication minister. We're going to talk about this man. Who is he really? Number 2, we're going to talk about a man named Ibrahim Martala Muhammad. Okay, this man served as a minister of environment, science and technology. Environment, science and technology. The first one was defense minister, served as a communicator, is also a medical doctor. We need to find out, brother. When accidents happen, people go like, "Oh, God called them." Sometimes it's not God that called them immediately. Sometimes it's Satan. It's Satan that used some people so they can call them fast. Now, I'm not saying anything. Let's just look who these people are. Okay. Now, number 1, we back to this guy, Edward Oman Boma. So what has this guy achieved in the past? Let's just go through what they've achieved in the past. Well, the man focused on modernizing Ghana's armed force. So he wanted to modernize Ghana's armed force. He pledged $1 billion investment, okay, over 5 years to enhance the Ghanaian armed force. $1 billion. He wants to enhance the capabilities of Ghana, including advanced tactical vehicle, body armor, digital communication system. So he wanted to invest into the army to make the Ghanaian army stronger, more capable. He wanted to improve the technological capability. Number 2, in 2025, he visited Ouagadougou to strengthen Ghana's diplomatic efforts to address cross-border security threat, reflecting his strategic negotiation skills. So he crossed to Burkina Faso. Look at the border. This is Ghana, this is Burkina Faso. He went to Burkina Faso to have a discussion. Why? Because terrorists are in Burkina Faso, which is north of Ghana, right? He went to have a discussion with the team of Ibrahim Traore to have a discussion on how to tackle this threat. And with that, he showed his great negotiation skills. Number 3, housing and welfare. Well, this man Boma addressed severe accommodation shortage for over 17,000 Ghana military. Okay, 17,000 military force had no decent accommodation, and he addressed that by planning 10,000 new housing units across Ghanaians. He also introduced a Mahama Care health program for veterans. Soldiers had no housing. He initiated the program of housing for soldiers. Number 2, he came forward with a healthcare system for veterans. You know, in many African countries, veterans are left to themselves. Number 4, he supported anti-Galamsey operation. You're going to find out what Galamsey is, okay? Anti-Galamsey operation by deploying Ghanaian force armed personnel to fight illegal mining. So Galamsey operation is illegal mining in Ghana. Okay? You know, illegal mining, doing absolutely bad things. And he's enforced the fight against this by sending soldiers to go and fight it. Now, this illegal mining, which we're going to explain, is very, very dangerous for the ecosystem of Ghana. Okay, it involves many people. Some are Ghanaians, some are Chinese, some are from other countries. They come illegally mine in Ghana using chemicals, destroying the environment, taking gold. Ghana has a lot of gold. Okay, lots of gold in Ghana. You see these people here? Call them Akan people. They have, you see all the stuff they have in there? It's gold. It's real gold. Okay, actually, Ghana used to be a gold coast back in time. He sent military to fight illegal mining that was run by the Chinese. But also, Western nations were profiting from the illegal mining, buying and sponsoring people to go do illegal mining so they can buy gold at a cheap price so they can go sell. So let me recap. The man pledged $1 billion for the soldiers to modernize the capability of the Ghanaian force. Number 2, he went to Ouagadougou to have a discussion with Ibrahim Traore team in order to have security across the region. Number 3, he created a house welfare for soldiers, building houses for many military personnel that never had. That's about 17,000 people. Number 4, he supported anti-Galamsey operation. That's deploying soldiers against illegal mining that was run by the Chinese. Number 5, he offered money to soldiers that refused to be bribed by illegal miners. Okay, there was a specific guy he offered a lot of money, and he promoted him for his integrity and professionalism. The soldier was also promoted in terms of levels. Now let's move to the next person that was unalived. His name is Ibrahim Murtala Muhammad. The man was serving Ministry of Environment and Science and Technology. Okay, this is a smart man. He's an intelligent man. What are the achievements of this man? Number 1, the minister was tackling illegal gold mining and major environmental issues in Ghana. You're now seeing the picture? Yes, this minister was targeting illegal mining in Ghana. He was a staunch fighter against illegal mining. Let's see the difference between illegal mining and Galamsey. While illegal artisanal and small-scale mining is regulated, Galamsey operates without licenses, causing severe environmental damage, including deforestation, water pollution, example mercury contamination of rivers like the Pra and the Onkobra, and the land degradation. It also fuels the social issues like child labor and crime. Now, this man was fighting Galamsey. Galamsey is basically the Chinese and these other people from other countries because they're all mixed. They come to the country that doesn't. Do you know there are 50,000 Chinese people in Ghana? Do you know that? They're all involved into gold mining. A lot of them are illegal. 50,000 people? That's a lot of people. So they go into areas that are not necessarily controlled, you know, left behind, and they will target, they will mine into rivers. Now, they don't mine normally like normal illegal miners. They use chemicals. They bring excavators. They bring trucks. You know, they put chemicals into the water to get the gold, and then the chemical destroyed the nature of the water. I mean, some of these rivers used to have fish. They were drinkable. Now people cannot drink it anymore. There's no more fish. They're dead. So this minister was combating and fighting against this. He proposed a reform aimed to impose stricter penalties, including jail terms for violators, and restrict mining in an ecologically sensitive area. So he came up with jail projects because some of these Chinese and other people will mine, even when they're arrested, they finally left out. He said, from now on, we're going to jail them because that's the only way they understand. That's the only language they understand. Because you go mine in China, let's see what's up. How about that? How about you go to China and try use some chemicals and see how they're going to treat you? Damage. Chinese miners use toxic chemicals like mercury and cyanides to extract gold, polluting rivers such as the Pra, the Birim, the Ofin, and Ankobra. A study reports 250 rivers in mining community are contaminated with heavy metals. 250 rivers! And you want to watch them. Because some people, obviously these Chinese don't operate by themselves. There are some Ghanaians that are eating behind them. Some poor Ghanaians, surely, you give them some small money, then they can support them. Now, these two people, as you can see, what do they have in common? Now, I know we're going far, but let me add one more thing so you can understand. This man also worked very hard in scientific work. What is it? He engaged consultants to secure international funding for research institutions such as CSIR. Now, let me break it down very quickly because we don't have much time. The CSIR is a Ghanaian institution that focuses on science, okay? They develop things, they do studies on Ghana, on how to develop and industrialize Ghana. They have about 2,000 researchers and scientific. What do they do? Okay, CSIR is financed by America. Okay, they finance a lot of it. And when Donald Trump came into power, want to cut the funds, they were in trouble. Now, what do these people do? They do crop improvement and breeding. So they create crop, they tweak and things, make sure the crops are resistant to weather change, to heat, to many things, to provide food for the Ghanaians. Number two, they do soil and water management, okay? The CSIR do research to sustainable soil fertility. So they study the grounds, make sure the ground works appropriately with the seeds. They do food processing and value addition. They do land and water restoration. So you have a company here that works very hard for the Ghanaians to create things for Ghana to move forward. That is financed by America, okay? Now, America of Donald Trump say we're not financing you anymore. Now, by not financing you anymore, these people will not have the ability to work for the Ghanaians anymore, creating good seeds, getting good environment, cleaning the waters and stuff. So the Ghanaians are stopped. Now, this very last person went to find the funding for this organization in alternative ways. Do you understand what I'm saying? So Ibrahim Murtala Muhammad said, you know what? We should not be depending on America all the time. Let's diversify. How about we go find some other places how we can be helped? Now, both of these people are unalive. So number one, we're fighting against illegal mining. Illegal mining, it's a connection, it's an organized crime. It's not just one or two little people mining. It's big organization funding them to do it. Some of the gold go to China, some go to America too, okay? Recently, Ghana came up with a law. They recuperated their reserve gold. Some of the reserve, most of the majority of reserve gold that's kept in America back to Ghana. Now, these people were involved during that decision of getting the gold back from the United States of America. One of them is a defense chief who wants to improve the army. He's no more. The other one is fighting against illegal mining. That is an organized crime. He's also finding alternative way to finance organism that's building Ghana. He's also dead. Now, who want them out? We cannot rely on external funding forever. It's time for Ghana to invest in its own science and innovation. We also push for increased government funding for CSIR, targeting 1% GDP allocation for. Guess what we're talking about. Now, who took this man out? I mean, I'm just asking, did the helicopter waited for two people that are very prominent for it to fail? I'm just asking. Who did that? Option, we have many options. Option number one, maybe it's the Ghanaians themselves. Why? Because of, we know that. But when last did you see an accident of an aeroplane or a helicopter in Africa? Question mark, I'm just asking. Number two, who can take him out? Maybe the jihadist. Why? Because he went to Burkina Faso, have a discussion with them on how to fight the jihadists. Did the jihadists manipulate the helicopter so it can fall? It's a possibility. What does that mean? It means there's a breach of security. There is a big loophole where people can access the Ghanaian authority. Number three, it could be the country you don't name. You know the country you don't name. Well, they don't like it that you find alternatives to them. You know what I mean? I mean, if they finance you to do things and they put pressure on you through USAID, saying we're cutting the fund, they want to see you suffer. They don't want you to go to other alternative people. That's annihilating their strategy, okay? So when they cut the fund, it's not because of the music. They're cutting the fund so you can react in a certain way that's beneficial to them. Now, if you don't react in that way and you go to another direction, it's clear they don't like it. Who do you think did this? I'm just asking. You let me know how you feel. Do you think this is poor maintenance? It's just an accident. It happened. The accident just waited when two prominent people that have done tremendous things. Number one, for the army of Ghana. Number two, to fight against illegal mining that is profitable for many organizations. Number three, combating against terrorists. Number four, strategizing in a way of equipping Ghana with its own scientific researchers and everything. Do you think it's poor maintenance? Do you think it's the terrorists? Do you think it's the country you don't name? Let me know how you feel about this. It's always a great pleasure. Oh, before you leave, you need to drop a comment. We want you to drop a comment. We want you to. God bless.